news in the global village.
Good evening. This is the 5FM Radio Main News. The headlines. Mundubile urges political parties to unite against Bill 7 ahead of second reading. DEC arrests 2 suspects for theft and money laundering involving Zamstad's funds. And about 200 West African surges in Benin for cleanup after failed coup. This bulletin is live on our Facebook page, 5FM Radio Zambia, and live on our YouTube channel, 5FM Radio Zambia. With the details, my name is Lance Sannie Banda. President Hakainde Hichilema underscored the vital role of the media in promoting transparency and public accountability as the country marked Private Sector Day. Officiating at the 4th PPDF Private Sector Day, President Hakainde Hichilema said that for the past 4 years, government and stakeholders have shared a unified platform to tackle challenges affecting not only central government, but also local authorities and the private sector. He noted that while significant progress has been made, more analytical work and, in his words, a lot more science will be needed to sustain national development. The president expressed confidence in Zambia's ability to meet these demands effectively.
It's not a platform for me to talk about and what value it brings, but it does help stabilize our currency. If for 5 months to 6 months we did not export and did not earn any dollars, we will still be able to meet our normal import requirements for the society and the economy to run. That's what it means. What did we inherit? Just about 1 month of import cap. Now we are 5 months plus, racing to 6. We can get to 1 year of import cover easily. If we drive these reforms, we continue to do what we're doing.
Also speaking at the event, Professor Maureen Suffolk, co-chair of the JPAC Women in Technical Education Initiative, highlighted ongoing barriers limiting women's participation in the economy. She pointed to restricted access to information, difficulties securing affordable financing, and delays in licensing and payment verification as major hurdles for women-led businesses. Media Owners Association of Zambia President Costa Mwansa reported significant progress in strengthening dialogue between media houses and government. This follows President Hichilema's call last year for the sector to make full use of the EPDM platform. Mwansa credited the Director General and Deputy Director General for helping foster closer cooperation between media and government agencies. Today's forum closed with a renewed commitment to empowering women in technical fields and enhancing partnerships between the media and the state institutions. Mporokoso Member of Parliament Brian Mundubile has called upon political parties to stand against Bill number 7 as it goes on its second reading on Monday 15 and Tuesday 16 December. Speaking in a press briefing, Mr. Mundubile has expressed disappointment with the government's decision to push ahead with the bill, despite widespread criticism and calls for its withdrawal. He called upon the opposition leader and members of parliament to remember their oath of office and defend the constitution, warning that they risk being held in contempt if they participate in the illegal process. He has urged all Zambians to join the fight against the bill, saying it is a threat to democracy and good governance, as it is aimed at not strengthening the country's constitutional framework.
Miners right now are being mistreated because the big mining houses are preferring contract mining to subcontractors so that they run away from certain their workers. So what is urgent, Mr. President, is not Constitutional Amendment Bill number 7, but the plight of the miners on the Copper Belt and other parts of the country where mining activities are going on. I want to tell you that even the members of parliament from the UPND know that there's something wrong with the Constitutional Amendment Bill number 7.
The Drug Enforcement Commission, DEC, through its Anti-Money Laundering Investigations Unit, has arrested 2 male suspects for the offenses of theft and money laundering. In a statement, DEC Public Relations Officer Alan Tamba said the arrests follow investigations into the theft of 749,430 kwacha belonging to the Zambia Statistics Agency ZAMSTATS. Mr. Tamba explained that between 1st December 2024 and 30th August 2025 in Lusaka, Edward Mulenga, 39, and Patrick Perry, 50, both businessmen of Garden House area, jointly and acting with other unknown persons, allegedly stole the funds from Zamstads. He further stated that the two suspects are believed to have engaged in money laundering activities using the stolen funds, including purchasing household goods, paying school fees and renters, and financing logistics for their private company. The suspects have since been released on bond and are expected to appear in court soon. Mr. Tamba warned members of the public against engaging in activities that undermine the country's moral fiber and hinder national development, adding that the DEC continues to work closely with other law enforcement agencies to ensure offenders face the full process of their law. He also urged citizens to report such activities to relevant authorities to help prevent, detect, and combat crime through collective effort. The Ministry of Health has launched the Mental Health Training Package and national guidelines for medication assisted therapies for treatment of substance use disorders. Ministry of Health Permanent Secretary for Technical Services Dr. Kennedy Lishimpi, who officiated during the event at Ndeke House, said this milestone reflects the collective commitment to advancing equitable and quality mental health care for all Zambians. Dr. Lishimpi highlighted that mental health is central to the well being of individuals, families, and communities, adding that without mental well being, aspirations for national development and prosperity cannot be fully realized. He revealed that the Ministry of Health has taken deliberate steps to strengthen mental health services in line with the National Health Strategic Plan, the Mental Health Act of 2019, and Zambia's vision for mental health. Meanwhile, Dr. Lishimpi noted that the documents launched are more than a set of training materials or guidelines, as they are also the strategic tools that will facilitate the standardization of the provision care across the country, ensuring quality service provision. Dr. Lishimpi emphasized gratitude to the World Bank, expressed rather gratitude to the World Bank, UNICEF, CIDES, CHEB, and Africa CDC, who were part of the drafting process. Police in Lusaka province have apprehended 3 individuals for conduct likely to cause a breach of peace. Lemekani Chilwa confirmed the arrest in a statement issued today. The suspects have been identified as Kasonde Mwenda, Edna Ngoma, and Mbale Suzio, all residents of Lusaka. The incident occurred this afternoon at around 1440 hours near the Parliament building. The police have not yet disclosed further details surrounding the disturbance. The 3 remain in custody as they await formal charges and a court appearance. Samba district has recorded a fatal road traffic. Pedestrian died and 34 passengers sustained various injuries. The accident occurred on December 12, 2025, around 05 hours at Liteta Trading Area along the Great North Road. According to Police Public Relations Officer Godfrey Chilavi, the accident involved a public service vehicle and a Siesta bus registration number AIF 9348 CDM belonging to Africa's Gate. Mr. Chilavi said the bus driven by Mwanza Joseph, aged 42, was proceeding to Lusaka from Nakonde with an unverified number of passengers on board. He added that a total of 34 passengers were injured, some of whom have been treated and discharged, including the driver at Liteta District Hospital. One pedestrian, Chansa Chile, aged 44, was hit when the bus lost control. He was rushed to hospital where he later died around 12:30 hours while receiving medical treatment. His body has been deposited in the Liteta Hospital mortuary. Preliminary investigations indicate that excessive speed caused the driver to lose control, resulting in the bus overturning. Further investigations into the incident are still ongoing.
Driven by Joseph Mwanza, Edge was proceeding to Lusaka from Nakonde with an unverified number of passengers on board. A total of 34 passengers were injured, some of whom have since been treated and discharged, including the driver. One pedestrian, identified as Chansa Chile, age 44, was hit when the bus lost control. He was rushed to Liteta District Hospital, where he later died around 12:30 hours while receiving medical treatment. His body has been deposited in the Liteta Hospital mortuary.
The Higher Education Authority has announced the appointment of Mr. Tebuho Muliokela as legal counsel and board secretary, a strategic role central to strengthening the authority's governance, legal compliance, and institutional integrity. Mr. Muliokela joins the authority following a rigorous publicly advertised recruitment process. He brings extensive experience in regulatory compliance, litigation, corporate governance, and legal advisory services, expertise that is expected to enhance the authority's regulatory, compliance, and enforcement functions. In his new role, Mr. Muliokela will provide strategic leadership in managing the authority's legal affairs, overseeing corporate governance systems, and ensuring regulatory compliance. An advocate of the Superior Courts of Zambia and an active member of the Law Association of Zambia, Mr. Muliokela has more than 5 years of legal practice experience. He has also served in the public sector for over 13 years in both the civil service and regulatory statutory bodies, holding various portfolios, including senior management positions. The authority has extended its warmest welcome to Mr. Muliokela, expressing confidence that his deep understanding of legal affairs and board governance will strengthen institutional accountability and reinforces HEA's commitment to ensuring quality in higher education. Stand by for business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
The Ministry of Tourism, in partnership with the Zambia National Commission for UNESCO, has successfully completed a 4-year project to safeguard Kuyavila, the traditional poetry and drum-based oral heritage of the Tonga people of Southern Province. Supported by 83,780 United States dollars in UNESCO funding, the project began in 2021 and focused on raising awareness for intangible cultural heritage through community meetings, media outreach, and collaboration with traditional leaders. 42 stakeholders were trained in community-based interventory to strengthen local ownership of preservation efforts. Speaking at the 20th session of the Governmental Committee for Safeguarding Intangible Cultural Heritage in New Delhi, Chief Cultural and Folklore Officer Thomas Mambo Muvita said the project successfully documented 40 Kuyavila poems, produced a book and a video documentary, and compiled an inventory of themes such as marriage, initiation, funerals, health, and farming. He added that Kuyavila has now been integrated into cultural and educational activities, bringing renewed pride among communities in Mons and Namwala and growing interest from educators and the media. This is contained in a statement issued by Naomi Mwemba, First Press Secretary, Embassy of Zambia in Paris, France. And in news from across our borders, some 200 West African soldiers, mainly from Nigeria and Ivory Coast, are in Benin to support the government following Sunday's failed coup, Benin's foreign minister says. The attempt was foiled after Nigeria deployed fighter jets to drive the mutineers out of a military base and state TV headquarters, where they had declared a takeover. This is the first time that officials have said how many foreign soldiers were deployed to the country, although it is not clear if some have been withdrawn since Sunday. Benin's Foreign Affairs Minister Olusegun Abjadi Bakari on Thursday said some of the regional troops sent to help had remained in the country as part of the sweep and clean up operation. And in sports news, earlier today, Team Zambia, participating in the fourth edition of the African Youth Games in Angola, paid a courtesy call to the Embassy of the Republic of Zambia. First Secretary Political and Administration Valiant Tatakulu warmly welcomed the delegation, welcomed the athletes, and conveyed the Elias Munsha. Team Zambia Kuse expressed gratitude for the embassy staff that the team has settled in well and is ready for competition. Chikose mentioned that Team Zambia is participating in 6 sports squads: swimming, judo, tennis, table tennis, taekwondo, and rowing. Up next, the weather report.
Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy. Class Econ. Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
Copperbelt, Eastern, Machinga, Northern, and Luapula provinces, including the eastern parts of Northwestern and Central provinces, mainly cloudy, slightly windy, and mild with isolated rain and thunder. Western, Southern, and Lusaka provinces, including the western parts of Northwestern and Central provinces, mainly cloudy, slightly windy, and mild with isolated rain and thunder. Ends our weather report, and that item brings us to the end of the news. But before we go, a recap of the stories that